Hey, good morning. It is a lovely Saturday morning here. It's a little chilly, but we'll get over it. It's supposed to be in the 70s tomorrow. So, we have another video of Amber answering questions on Telenym. At this point, I'm just kind of procrastinating editing my own content. I need to get working on that. But let me know down below if you are enjoying these, or if you find them boring, or if they help you stay caught up a little bit on some of the things that Amberlynn is saying. Also, feel free to use these videos in your own videos as well. You can mute me and just use the video part of where the questions are on the screen. Feel free to. I do not mind one bit. But let me know if these are helpful, useful, whatever. Because she has a lot of things on Telenym, and I kind of scroll through and find the ones that I think might be a little more interesting. Of course, other people may find other questions more interesting. But so, that being said, thank you all for being here, and let's look at some of Amberlynn's Telenym questions. All right, up first we have, you said your girlfriend doesn't watch your eating videos, but you're lying. Your McDonald's one at 5:43, you can see her arms in the frame behind you. All you do is lie. No one believes anything you say anymore. Maybe you should call your bestie Frank. Amberlynn says, she is in the room across from me working. She isn't watching me eat. 9 times out of 10, she is also eating her own lunch. That's that's going to be true. I mean, whenever I spotted wifey in the reflection of that video, it did look like her back was to Amberlynn, possibly with the way her arms moved, but it's hard to tell. And since Amberlynn eats in her office, so she can raise that desk up to put the food at like chin level, wifey is also in there working. Up next, how much do you tip your delivery drivers? And Amberlynn says 40%. I included this one because of her claim that she spent over $3,000 a month on Takeout. A big chunk of that is probably going to be the tips for the delivery drivers. So that's a pretty good tip. So if you're in the Lexington area and you get an Uber Eats order for Amberlynn, definitely pick it up, because you should get tipped well. If it's like a $50 order for her and her girlfriend, you'll be getting like $15-20. I don't even tip that much. I mean, I usually tip $5 or $6 because most of the restaurants I order from are just like 2 miles away. How much are you paying for outpatient therapy /services? I live in the UK, and it's mind-boggling how you have to pay for healthcare in the US. Obviously, we have private sectors here, and if you refer yourself to a community mental health team, it may take a while to have an assessment. Whoops, I forgot to continue that one. But Amberlynn says a few thousand a month. I absolutely agree that it is mind-boggling how we have to pay for healthcare. It is absolutely ridiculous. If you work for a company that doesn't offer health insurance to its employees, like if you're a fast food employee or retail, most of those companies do not offer healthcare because so I believe, and I may be wrong on this, because since I came back to the US, I've worked for large corporations, so I've had insurance, and it's been pretty good insurance. Our out-of-pockets are still like $5,000, but still. But I believe that when the Affordable Healthcare Act or the Affordable Care Act came in, it stated that companies with a certain number of employees had to offer health insurance. So you think, oh, well, McDonald's has thousands and thousands of employees. They have to offer health insurance. What they would do to get away with that is, well, each restaurant is its own individual business because they're franchises. So the franchisee might have 20 employees. So they don't have to offer health insurance because they don't have over, we'll say 50. So that's how they would get away with still not offering health insurance. But then those employees, whenever it was a requirement to have health insurance, else you were dinged on your taxes, they would have to go to the healthcare marketplace and look for an insurance plan. Those plans were ridiculous. I went and kind of looked at them back when they first started just to compare prices, and some of them would be like $1,000 a month for a family. If you're working at McDonald's, you can't afford $1,000 a month just in insurance premiums. That's ridiculous. At least in my area, I mean, where it's expensive to live for a lot of people, you can probably barely afford your rent and food for your family on a McDonald's wage. So if you're making minimum wage and with the healthcare marketplace, now, don't get me wrong, the healthcare marketplace I think was a decent idea, but in some states you would only have like one company in the marketplace, and they would just put their prices as whatever they wanted because they had no competition. But if you had a state that maybe had 5 or 6 different companies competing in the marketplace, you may be able to get a much better rate. That's my understanding of it, and I may be wrong because I haven't had to look for insurance in the marketplace. Even when I was laid off in January of 2020, I had COBRA coverage from my company's insurance, and that was expensive. Luckily, I had enough money in my HSA saved up to pay for those premiums while I was unemployed. But man, yeah, insurance and the way that we have to pay for healthcare in the US is ridiculous. And that was a really big tangent. I apologize. Next question. Your new name is incredibly offensive to those that are battling NPD every day and actually trying to better themselves. Amberlynn says, just because I am a narcissist who is trying to embrace it doesn't mean I do not take it seriously. I can say and do what I want about my diagnosis for my subscribers, okay? They are all doctors and I appreciate them so much. Oh, Amberlynn, she's such an ass sometimes. She really is. I mean, I don't have NPD, at least I don't think I do. So, I could see that people could be offended by her putting that in her names for her Telegram and Instagram. So for her to be very flippant about that with the, I can do what I want, she's kind of being an ass. Next question. It's great that you are reducing portion sizes on the food that you are craving, but if you want to lose weight, you need to reduce it more. Take it from a fellow binge eater who lost 4 pounds in a week and still ate McDonald's 3 times. Maybe a 6-piece small fry and a large Diet Coke? Amberlynn says, trust me, this is exactly what I am working on. Congrats on the weight loss, by the way. Amberlynn is working on that. I can tell she's trying to work on her portion sizes, at least from what we see on camera. So she got a 10-piece nugget the other day. Good for her not getting a 20-piece. Although her KFC order was a pot pie, a cookie, and 2 side items, she only ate about half of those sides, but still. I think that's just her still in the mindset of I'm going to eat all this food and then forgetting that she's trying to lose weight and then not eating all of it. Kind of a, your eyes are bigger than your stomach kind of thing. I do that all the time. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to order this, and then I'll order my food and I'll have like half of it left for another meal because I didn't realize either I really wasn't that hungry or I got fuller quicker than I thought I would. Next question. LOL, you don't make enough money to afford a few thousand a month. Do you ever feel sick about how much money you wasted when the views were double what they are now? Amberlynn says, I do make enough money to pay that. It fucking sucks and makes budgeting stressful, but I can definitely pay for it. Stop acting like my income amount is any of your business. So this is in relation to how much her eating disorder therapy cost a month. I mean, if she's spending $3,000 a month plus on takeout, she can definitely afford a few thousand a month in her therapy. So if she stops eating out so much, she will definitely probably feel better. Definitely, probably. That made sense, Libby. She will more than likely feel better about her financial status. And she's made it people's business by talking about how much she makes and flashing, wads of cash on camera. Next question. So are you bi or a lesbian? You were all over the place about it a little while ago. And Amber says, I don't have a label. I saw another question that I didn't snip. A few days ago, somebody asked if she would date a man, and she said no. So, but she doesn't want to label herself, and I understand. Some people just don't like labels. Whatever. But yeah. Next question. Genuine question. Do you order takeout because you simply cannot stand in the kitchen and cook for a while? Last year, when you got with your new girlfriend, you were talking about losing weight to go traveling. Here you are, still 500 plus pounds, talking about losing weight and ordering takeout. You seriously believed you were going to lose weight and travel? Same shit, different year. Amber responds, I can stand for however long I have aimed to do so. Just the other day, I walked in the grocery store for over an hour and could have kept going. So nah, that has nothing to do with it at all. So for me, this is more about, we thought you were going to do this last year because you had all these goals with your girlfriend about all these things you wanted to do. And here you are, stagnant, and I really hope that when she starts getting this binge eating under control, that she will start losing weight and we will see a change in her. Have you already given up on the 30 days no takeout? I saw you had bubble tea and sushi, and I feel like sushi would be hard to make at home. If you made it yourself though, please post a video next time. Would be super interesting. Amber says, no, today is day 2. So far, so good. I would love to see Amberlynn try to make sushi. So there's another question similar to this coming up, and it seems like she did delay her takeout like I thought maybe she did, or delayed her takeout. Words are hard today. Her takeout challenge. No takeout challenge. Thought you said drinks count as takeout. Amber says, yes, drinks do count as takeout. The day I had bubble tea, if this is what you're referring to, was the day before I started my challenge. KFC mukbang was filmed. Next day, I decided to have one more day of eating out. Then after that, I started my challenge. Today is day 3. So far, so good. So yeah, here, she delayed it because she wanted one more day. I'm surprised she's not still going, one more day, one more day, one more day. Next question. How do you expect your audience to believe that you can walk for hours at the size you are now, yet you couldn't do so 100 pounds lighter and were constantly in a scooter on grocery trips / shopping? Amberlynn says, same reason a 150-pound person can go from only running 5 minutes to being able to run a 5K. You're building your stamina at your current weight. You have to work towards the goals you have regardless of your weight. Weight hinders speed and distance, of course, but with practice, effort, and consistency, you can build stamina. I'm really starting to hate the word stamina because she uses it so much. Stamina, I've built my stamina's better. But, I mean, yeah, she has a little bit of a point here. If you keep doing something, you're going to get better at it. You're going to build up your lung strength. You're going to be able to do things for longer periods of time by working up to it. Genuinely curious, do you think it is possible to improve your relationship with your audience? Amberlynn says, I don't think of my audience as a whole. There are so many different groups of people watching me. I believe I can improve the relationship with the portion that is just frustrated with me, but does like me and does want the best for me. I do not believe I can improve my relationship with the portion that picks and criticizes every little thing that I do, because that is the portion who is just doing it for entertainment. Their unrealistic view of how I should be will never happen. I think that she can definitely improve the relationship with everybody in her audience. I think a lot of people still won't trust a lot of the things she says, but if she starts rebuilding that trust and starts showing that she is working on improving herself, and is working towards her goals, I think that relationship can maybe be healed a little bit. Next question. Just do a video proving you can walk for hours. It's not hard, Queen. Amber says, I am not trying to be rude at all because that is not my intention at all, but why do I have to prove anything to anyone? I think that is a bit weird. If I ever uploaded a video with hours of walking, it would be to show how proud I am, not because tons of people want me to prove something that they're in fact clearly not believing. If you do not believe that I have way more stamina than I used to, that is on you, not me. I would like to make it known that I have never said I could walk for hours and hours at a time. I said I could walk in a grocery store for over an hour and be fine, which is an amazing accomplishment coming from someone who could barely walk to the scooter at one point. You know, I'll give her props for that. Good for her for being able to walk in the grocery store and not need a scooter. How is your no takeout going? I'm really struggling through the same thing. When I read comments saying, oh my god, how can she order takeout 3 times a day? I feel so embarrassed because I have gotten to that point too, and I know how out of control it feels. I feel your struggle and wish you the best. I've done 2 days without ordering so far, and I'm really proud. Amberlynn says, I'm so proud of you. I know how hard it is to go just those 2 days because I'm on day 3 right now. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have a fast food addiction or just maybe don't want to cook, don't like to cook, you know, whatever it may be. But yeah, good on that person that asked the question. Current weight? 501.6. So if you were in your last foster home at 17, that means you lied about being 16 when Casey was 15. You had to be at least 18 to get out of the foster system. So many lies you can't even remember them all. Amber says, Casey and I met online. We were long distance for 1.5 years before I moved in with him. I started dating him when I was 16. Met him for a few days when I was 17. Moved in with him when I was 18. Broke up with him when I was 20. So I wasn't involved in watching Amberlynn back during this era, so I just have to take her word for it, I guess. I have seen a couple of other questions asking about the timeline with Casey, and she has given the same answers for each of those questions. Now, I don't know what was said in any videos because, like I said, I haven't seen very much from that timeline, but I thought maybe some of you that may be from that time might find that interesting. Why would you lie about your education? It's okay if you didn't graduate with a 3.9 GPA. No one would judge you for your education / lack thereof, or the people who would judge you aren't worth listening to. But to say that you had a 3.9 GPA while using the grammar you use / showcasing your lack of knowledge, geography, etc., is just leaving room for the haters. It's little moments like this that build and make the people who care about your journey / genuinely root for you get tired. Amberlynn says, a 3.9 GPA isn't exactly something to brag about when I graduated next to people with 4.5 GPAs. Didn't know that was possible. I truly don't care what my GPA was. No matter what I say, y'all don't believe me, so why are you even here? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Amberlynn doesn't exactly strike me as book smart. I hate to be that way. But yeah, I mean, there are quite a bit of smart. Gee, you would think I was a dumbass with the way I worded that. There are quite a few smart people out there that don't have the best grammar just because English or language or writing is not their strong suit. But I don't know what Amber's strong suit is. She just strikes me as very, I don't know, average. Would you say you drink alcohol often? Amberlynn says, nope. I have drank like 10 times in the last 12 months. Wish I could say the same. I do like a little drinky drink every now and then. Last question. You can't show evidence. I thought you said if I have evidence for something, then I show it. Then show your GPA, girl. It shouldn't be hard for you to get a hold of it. Aunt Tammy exposed you for need continuation school just to graduate. Prove that she is wrong. Amberlynn says, I did go to a continuation school, lol. It is something I've been very open about and not something I'm ashamed of at all. I was a rebellious teenager who didn't give a shit at all, who smoked weed and didn't do her schoolwork. I ditched more times than I actually went to school. I got put into my last foster home when I was almost 17, and they repeatedly beat into my head that school was important, so I did all my years of high school in 1 year. It's something I'm genuinely proud of because, trust me, the odds were against me. So I've seen somebody mention Aunt Tammy before, and it makes me wonder if this Tammy person, this Aunt Tammy, is either one of Amber's aunts or somebody that Amber knows personally. And this person asking these questions is maybe a cousin or something, or somebody that does know Amber in person. Now, I don't know what a continuation school is. They must have started those after I graduated many years ago. Good on her for actually getting her diploma and finishing, regardless of how she did it, good for her. That is all I have for you today. What do you think of these questions people asked, and what do you think of Amber's answers? So I hope maybe you learned something or got a little bit of entertainment from these. And, like, subscribe, share, whatever it is I'm supposed to say at the end of a video. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, and until next time, be safe and take care.